G'day YouTubers, I will preview this week's round of the AFL games. Before I start, it will be muchly appreciated if you can subscribe, comment and like. Every subscriber will be very much appreciated. Alright, let's get the show started. Let's go! Yeah! My round 19 review was Friday night, I tipped the Bombers to beat the Crows. Damn it, the Crows won in the thriller against the Bombers. I tipped the Giants to beat the Suns. Yeah! I got the Saints to beat the Eagles. No brainer, Saints by 80 odd points. Tipped Collingwood to lose to Hawthorn. Woohoo! Got the Hawks right. I tipped the Cats to beat the Doggies. Unfortunate, incorrect. I tipped the Power to beat the Tigers. Woohoo! I got the Lions to beat the Swans. Yeah! I tipped Rio to give Melbourne a heel. Yeah, got that right. And the last game on the Sunday, I tipped Allen to beat North Melbourne. Correct. Therefore, I selected 7 out of 9 correct. And my total for season 2024 is 104 votes. Woohoo! See how I go next week. My 3-2-1 for the Brownlow votes after round 19 are in top spot with 29 votes is E. Cripps Allen. In second spot with 25 votes is N. Dacos Collingwood. And 3 players tied in third spot with 23 votes are Z. Merritt Essendon, A. Trelaw Bulldogs and E. Gordon Sydney. These are my 3-2-1 for the Brownlow votes after round 19. The first game of the week is between and Port Adelaide. The players in the mix for the Blues are Pitnott, Binns and Martin. For the Power, their players in the mix are Jones and Marshall. The players injured for the Blues are Cottrell, Doherty and Savani. The player missing for the Power are Burton, Powell Pepper, Soldo and Finlayson. If we compare the ruck midfield setup of both sides, in ruck you got De Koning against Sweet. I expect De Koning to beat Sweet in this position. Then in midfield you got Cripps against Drew. Drew's an inside hard mid, so is Cripps, but Cripps is top 10 player in the league. I expect Cripps to beat Drew. Then you got Sarah against Butters. Sarah's an outside player, so is Butters, but Butters can go inside and outside. I expect Butters to beat Sarah. Then you got Hewitt against Rosie. Rosie, gun player, their captain, can go inside and outside, so I expect Rosie to beat his man. And then you got the talent all-star Walsh against Wines. Wines is a good inside mid, but Walsh can just run all day on the outside, kicks goals, helps out and sets up goals for the Blues forwards. It's pretty even in the ruck midfield setup, and if Cowan wins a lot more rucks midfield, they'll provide lots of inside 50 to the twin towers of Murno and Mackay, and also you got always Crummy. Given that the game was played in Victoria and in Melbourne at Marvel Stadium, I'm going to tip Cowan to pick the Power. The next game is between North Melbourne and Geelong. The players in the mix for the Kangaroos are Stevenson and Will Phillips. For the Cats, their players in the mix are Maroon, Hardy and Stanley. The players injured for the Roos are Goda and Cobbin Jones. For the Cats, they'll be missing Wilshere, Cam Guthrie and Hawkins. If we compare the ruckman with set of both sides, for the Kangaroos you got Xavier against Blickhouse. That's going to be pretty good between those two. Blickhouse is very athletic and contributes a lot more around the ground, but Xavier should win the hit-outs. So it's even between the two because Blickhouse will get a lot of possession around the ground. Then in mid you got Davis Uniacke against Holmes. Holmes is a good outside player, but Davis Uniacke is a gun midfield, go inside and also contribute on the outside. I expect Davis Uniacke to do well against Holmes. Then you got young Scott against Henry. Henry is a good young player. Say it's even between the two. Then you got Shizu against the veteran Duncan. Duncan is a good veteran player, but Shizu is starting to show why he's an elite player. One of the best set shot goal kickers in the league. I believe he's kicked 8 straight. Expect Shizu to get touch over Duncan. Then you got Machercha against Clark. Clark's a good young player, so is Machercha. Say it's even between those two players. Given that the game is playing Tasmania and Geelong's got more experienced players, North Melbourne's got good young players and they've been very good in the last few weeks. Very competitive as well. After Geelong was very disappointed to the Bulldogs last week, I can't tip the Blues, and I'm going to tip Geelong to beat North Melbourne. The next game is the Q Clash Derby between Gold Coast and Brisbane, played at Gold Coast on the Saturday. The players in the mix for the Suns are Omberry, Atkins and Pironi. For the Lions, their players in the mix are Lyons, Pryor, Morris and Ainsworth. The players injured for the Suns are Ellis, Weller and Witt. For the Lions, their players injured are Gardner, McCarthy, Coleman and Dode. Last week, the Suns lost to the Giants and the Lions beat Sydney Swans in a 2-point thriller. If we compare the ruck midfield setup of both sides, in ruck, you got Ned Moyle against McInerney. McInerney is an experienced ruckman. He can kick goals. I'll give the chocolates to McInerney because he's got more experience against Moyle. Then you got Anderson against McCluggage. Anderson, good outside player, but McCluggage can go inside and outside. So I'll give the chocolates to McCluggage. Then you got the bullet Rao against Neil. Rao's more hard inside player. Neil can bullet his way inside, but can also contribute on the outside. And I'll give the chocolates to Neil. Then you got Took Miller against Dunkley. Dunkley, premiership player for the Doggies. I'll give him the chocolates over Miller. And Sam Flanders against Berry. Flanders had 43 disposals last week against the Giants. And Berry is a good midfielder, can go outside. I'll give the chocolates to Berry. And based on this, I expect Brisbane to provide a lot more inside 50s to their forwards. However, the Suns have not lost a game at home, but I'm going to tip their first loss because Brisbane knows how to play in Queensland. And the midfield Brisbane looks so supreme over the Suns. And if they give enough inside 52 there, Danaher, Hitwood, Cameron, they're going to have so many scoring opportunities. And Brisbane has been on a 7-game winning streak. And therefore, I'm going to tip the Lions to win this game. The next game is between St Kilda and Essendon. St Kilda smashed West Coast and the Bombers lost to the Crows in a 2-point thriller. The players in the mix for the Saints are Dow, Patton and Cordy. For the Bombers, their players in the mix are Setterfield, Sestas, Hobbs and Wright. The players injured for the Saints are Brad Crouch, King, Randness and Liam Henry. For the Bombers, they'll be missing Golfey, Paris, El Harvey and Goldwyn. If we compare the ruck midfield set for both sides, in ruck for the Saints, you got Marshall against Draper. It's going to be pretty even between those two in hitouts, but I expect Marshall to contribute a lot more around the ground, so I'll give the chocolates to Marshall. Then you got Young Ross against Durham. Durham was very good against the Crows last week, had about 500 metres gain and helped Essendon 9-goal consecutive goals kicking streak against the Crows in the third quarter last week. I say I'll give the chocolates to Durham over Ross. Then you got Hill against Dersma, both speedy players, but Hill is a premiership player, go outside and inside and can basically run all day. Dersma's outside player, but I'll give the chocolates to Hill. Then you got the Captain Steele against Merritt. Last week Merritt was tagged by the Crows but still had 3 disposals. Steele is a good hard inside player and I expect that to be even between those two. Look at the ruck midfield setup. I'll give the chocolates to Essendon's midfield. Both teams, well especially the Bombers, they were disappointed last week and the Saints had an easy win against the Eagles, but I expect this to be more of a challenge for St Kilda. And given that the game is playing at Marble, both teams know how to play that ground and it's no one's away game, both teams home. I'm going to tip the Bombers to win this game, given that they lost the last 2 games to the Demons and the Crows last week. And if Essendon lose this game, they'll fall outside of top 8, when 2 weeks ago they were in the top 4. Been a funny season. The next game is between Melbourne and GWS Giants. The players in the mix for the Demons are Brown, McAdam and Hoare. For the Giants, their players in the mix are Haynes, Brown and Aaliyah. The players injured for the D's are Spargo, Gorn and Petrarca. The players injured for the Giants are Fahy, Bruce, Kelly and Taylor. Last week, the Demons lost to Freo and the Giants beat the Suns. If we compare the ruck midfield setup on the two sides, at the time of recording this video, Gorn was still named injured. So last week against Fremantle, the Demons had Petty in ruck. So if we got Petty against Briggs, I expect Briggs to really dominate against Petty, as Petty is a forward or key defender and there's going to be a height difference between Briggs and Petty. Then in midfield you got Oliver who can go inside, outside against Tom Green who's an inside strong midfield bull. Just give the advantage to Oliver. Then you got Winey against Kikiniklio. Winey is a hard inside mid. Kikiniklio is more outside and can run. We'll give the chocolates slightly to Winey. Then you got Young Williams against Ward. Rivers is good on the outside against Ward who can go hard inside. Give the chocolates to Ward. Then you got Sparrow against Cunningham. Cunningham's going to be an upcoming superstar. Our contract in the next year, and all teams in Victoria are definitely trying to get his services in 2026. I give the advantage slightly over Callaghan over Sparrow. Look at the rugby setup. I'm going to give the advantage to the Giants. The Giants being good ball. Melbourne were very disappointed last week against Freo, but they did beat Essendon the previous week. It's a tough game to tip, but I'm going to tip the Giants to win this game. The next game is between Fremantle and West Coast. Last week, Fremantle beat Melbourne pretty easily, and West Coast got smashed by St Kilda. The players in the mix for Fremantle are Kavanagh, Walker and Emmerich. The players in the mix for the Eagles are Darling, Shield and Cundy. The players injured for Freo are Pierce, McDowell and Corbett. The players missing for the Eagles are McGovern, Yeo, Hewitt and Long. If you compare the ruck midfield on both sides, in ruck for Freo you got Darcy against Williams. I expect Darcy to totally dominate against Williams. And then they've got the backup ruckman of Jackson, who is magnificent in the ruck. So Fremantle got two world-class midfielders against Young and Williams. I totally expect Freo to dominate the ruck. Then you got Hayden Young against Gimby. Gimby, good inside player, but Hayden Young behind Chad Warner and Dawson, the next best kick in the league, can hit targets with his elite kicking. Then you got Sarong against Kelly. Kelly, good outside player and can run, but Sarong's got great endurance, can run all day. I keep the chocolates to Sarong. And then you got Brayshaw against Jay Williams. I expect Brayshaw to dominate against Jay Williams. And then got the experienced class of Fife against Chesser. I expect Fife to dominate against Chesser. Looking at the ruck midfield setup, I expect Fremantle to dominate. However, earlier this year, I went to the game and I saw Fremantle get smashed by West Coast and Reed contributed with 3 goals. Can the Eagles win back-to-back Western Derby? Time will tell. For this game, I'm going to tip Freo to give West Coast the hee-haw. The next game on a Sunday is between Collingwood and Richmond. Last week, Collingwood got smashed by Hawthorn by 10 plus goals, and the Power easily beat Richmond. The players in the mix for the Magpies are Cox, McRae and Bytel. The players in the mix for the Tigers are Coulter and Blyant. The players injured for the Maggies are McCready, Elliott, Mychek and Mitchell. The Tigers are missing lots of players: Lynch, Pickett, Ross, Maurice Rioli, Gipkus, Lafu and Martin. If we compare the ruck midfield set on both sides, you got Cameron against Nankervis. That's pretty even between those two ruckmans. Then you got the class Nick Dacos against Taranto. Taranto is a good player. Was second top clue picked about 10 years ago in the draft, but Nick Dacos is top 5 player in the league right now, and I expect Dacos to dominate against Taranto. Then you got Lipinski against Prestia. The two players are pretty even. And then you got Cripps against Baker. Cripps is a hard inside player, and Baker's a good player. Say it's pretty even between those two players. Then you got the class Pendlebury against Rowsmith. Rowsmith is a young player, but Pendlebury, one of the best footy IQs. I expect Collingwood to dominate the ruck midfield setup and provide opportunities to their forwards if Cox returns and McStay. Based on this, and Collingwood's been struggling lately, and Richmond has only won 2 games this year, and their last win was against the Crows, I'm going to tip the Magpies to beat the Tigers. The second last game of the week is between Sydney and Western Bulldogs. The Swans lost to Brisbane at the Gabba last week. They had a number of injuries in that game, and the Bulldogs had a magnificent win at Geelong. The players in the mix for the Swans are Francis, Hanling, Shederick and Ricks. For the Bulldogs, their players in the mix are Daniel, Heath and Garcia. The players injured for the Swans are Rampy, Papley, Haywood. The Dogs will be missing Johansson, Smith and Gardner. If you compare the ruck midfield setup on both sides, you got Grundy against English, both great ruckmans. English is a young star. I've just given the chocolates to Grundy with his experience. Then you got Jordan to tag Bontempelli. Bontempelli, what a player. Top 5 player in the league. Big body inside mid, can kick goals. I give the chocolates for Bontempelli over Jordan. Then you got Robonham against Treloar. Both good outside players. Treloar last week had 3 odd disposal and a couple of goals against Geelong. I'll give the chocolates to Treloar. Then you got Chad Warner, what a class player against hard inside mid. Liver will get a lot of ball inside, but Chad Warner can cut teams apart on that with his elite kicking on the outside. Give the chocolates to Warner. Then you got Gordon against McRae. McRae is a good inside mid, but Gordon, one of the best kickers ever. Top 3 kick in the league. I rank him as high as Jordan Dawson and Hayden Young as the elite kickers in the league. I'll give the chocolates to Gordon. Looking at the 2 midfields, or ruck midfield setup, I give the chocolates to the Sydneys and ruck midfield. And given that the Swans have only won 1 game in the last 4 weeks and losing some games, I expect retribution, and I want to tip the Swans beat the Western Bulldogs. The last game of the week is between Adelaide and Hawthorn. This game was very hard to tip. I watched the Crows play against Hawthorn 4 weeks ago in Melbourne, and the Bulldogs absolutely smashed the Crows by 40 odd points. See how it'll go this Sunday coming up. Last week, the Crows beat the Bombers on the Friday night by a couple of points, and the Hawks smashed Collingwood by 60 odd points. What a game. Hawthorn are chance to make the finals now. Players in the mix for the Crows: Borlase, Curtin, McHenry and Walker. Players in the mix for the Hawks are Husway, Mitchell and Morrison. The players injured for the Crows are Butts, Murray, Dawson to concussion, Worrell, Crouch, Parnell, and Reagan is still suspended. For the Hawks, they'll be missing Blunt, Butler and Lewis. If you compare the ruck midfield setup on both sides, you got O'Brien against Meek. I expect O'Brien to win the hitouts, but Meek to contribute a lot more around the ground. Then you got Dawson's replacement, Zach Taylor against Newcombe. Taylor is a good young player, but Newcombe has more experience and is a different class level at this stage of his career. So I expect Newcombe to beat Taylor. Then you got Laird against Weddle. Laird will get a lot of inside contested possession. Weddle does more damage, so I'll give the chance to Weddle over Laird. Then you got up-and-coming star Soligo against Warpel. Warpel is an inside clearance beast. Soligo got that sideways movement. Good young player, third in the system. I'll slightly give the chance to Soligo. Then you got Berry against young Mackenzie. Mackenzie is a good young player, and Berry is a good inside midfield who's adding goal kicking to his resume. Looking at the ruck midfield setup, it's pretty even both sides. Say that's even between the two. I see the Crows' strength, their forward line. So if the inside 50s is even between the two, the Crows will have more potency up forward with Fogarty, Philthorpe, and Rochelle contributing to goals. Even though Hawthorn's got Charles and Moore and Gentleman up forward, this is going to be such a close game, and I found this game very hard to tip. I'm going to say the Crows are going to win just by less than a goal. My tips for round 20 are Carlton to beat the Power, the Cats to beat the Kangaroos, the Lions to beat the Suns, the Bombers to beat the Saints, Giants to beat the Demons, Fremantle to give West Coast a hero, Collingwood to beat the Tigers, the Swans to beat the Bullies, and the Crows to beat the Hawks. Thank you for watching my video. If you liked my video, please subscribe and comment. Every subscriber is much appreciated. I hope to see you again next time. Thank you for listening or watching. Bye. See ya.